Hello, and welcome to Jeopardy! Celebrity Biological Edition. Today we have three wonderful guests actually two guests from London and one up-and-coming star. Our first guest is Amy Winehouse. Amy?
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come.
Our second guest is Kesha. And our third guest is the ever so interesting Lady Gaga.
Ra ra Roma Roma ma Gaga ooh la la, what's your bad romance?
Alright, we're going to start our first round of Jeopardy here. We're going to start with Kesha. What category would you like?
Animal Systems Physiology for 200.
Alright, our first question. Hormone-secreting organs referred to as ductless glands because they secrete directly into the extracellular fluid, later to diffuse chemicals into circulation. Yes?
The endocrine glands?
That is correct. Our next question. All of an animal's hormones secreting cells for short and long-term responses and processes through informing different parts of the body. Yes?
Endocrine system.
That is correct also. Present in many endocrine glands, these nerve cells release hormones into the blood via extracellular fluid.
Neurosecretory system cells.
We will not accept that, I'm sorry. The correct answer is, what are neurosecretory cells? Our next question for $800 is, oxytocin is a common example of this, where a mother who is nursing her child continues to produce milk until her child is satisfied. A response where more stimulus is reinforced, leading to an even greater response.
Where's Goga? That's positive feedback, Alex.
That's correct. Alright, our final question of this round. A hormone secreted by one endocrine tissue acts on another endocrine tissue, controlling its release of a different hormone which acts on target tissues. Yes?
Complex neuroendocrine pathways.
That is correct. Hi, and welcome back to Double Jeopardy. Before we start, I think it's appropriate that we take a little bit of time and get to know these wonderful ladies who are the contestants for us today.
Well, I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. I put a lot of thought into that song, okay?
Well, they told me to go into rehab, but I said no, no, no. I'm going to Jeopardy.
I just got off a bad romance.
Mike Franklin. Alright, now we will move into Double Jeopardy. Our first question, this goes to Lady Gaga. This kind of hormone binds to a receptor protein on the surface of a target cell.
What is a water-soluble hormone?
That is correct. Alright, welcome back to our third round of Jeopardy. Our first question will be directed toward contestant Lady Gaga. The endocrine and nervous system work together in maintaining what?
What are homeostasis, development, and reproduction?
Our next question. Which two hormones are produced by neurosecretory cells in the hypothalamus and are stored in the posterior pituitary and released as needed?
What are antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin?
That's also correct. You guys are on a roll. Our next question for Miss Winehouse. Or is it Mrs. Miss Winehouse?
Who knows, really?
What structure consists of endocrine cells that synthesize and secrete at least 6 different hormones?
Anterior pituitary gland.
That is correct. Alright, our next question. What regulates the function of endocrine organs and and are particularly important in coordinating endocrine signaling throughout the body. Ms. Gaga?
What are tropic hormones?
That is also correct. Our final question of this round. What stores and secretes hormones that are made by certain neurosecretory cells located in the hypothalamus? Kasha?
What is posterior pituitary
Yes.
gland?
Now we start our second to last round of Jeopardy. Our first question is, the two lobes of the thyroid gland are located where? Yes?
What is the ventricle surface of the trachea?
That is correct. That's very impressive, Ms. Winehouse. Our next question will be, T3 and T4 secretion is controlled by what? Kasha got that first?
What are the hypothalamus and pituitary?
Yes. Our next question is, glycogen from these cells increases blood glucose level by simulating the conversion of glycogen to glucose in the liver and the breakdown of fat and protein to glucose. Ms. Gaga?
What are alpha cells?
That is also correct. Our next question. These hormones are released by neurosecretory cells in the adrenal medulla in response to stress-activated impulses from the nervous system. All right, time is up. The correct answer is epinephrine and norepinephrine. Our next question. These produce most of the body's sex hormones, including androgens, estrogens, and progesterones.
I know these. What are the gonads? The testes and ovaries.
That's correct. And our final question of this round. This gland secretes melatonin. It is also located inside the brain. Ms. Gaga?
What is the pineal gland?
That is correct. And here we go on our final round of Jeopardy before Final Jeopardy. The first question. Secreted by a small pair of endocrine glands behind the brain of insects, these promote the retention of larval characteristics.
What are juvenile hormones?
That is correct.
Well, so what?
You know what, Miss Winehouse? That's an excellent question. Sometimes when I'm studying biology, I like to think, so what? Well, so what about this? Synthetic versions of juvenile hormones are now being used in insecticides to prevent insects from maturing into reproducing adults. Our next question, after that riveting segment, this promotes molting and development of adult characteristics. An example, the change from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
What is endocrine?
That is correct. Our next question, this produces neurosecretory cells in the insect brain, simulating ectosyne from the prostatic glands. Ms. Winehouse, beat you to it.
What is brain hormone?
That is correct. Right, here we are at our segment of Final Jeopardy. This is the round where we will give our three contestants a question, and they will have 30 seconds, while accompanied by our famous Jeopardy theme song, to answer the question. The question today is, who is the best biology teacher? No cheating, please. Five seconds. 3, 2, time. Alright, we will start with you, Ms. Gaga.
The answer is
Honey. Unfortunately, that is the incorrect answer.
Neat.
Our next will go to Miss Winehouse. Mrs. Finling? Nope, that's not the correct answer either. And finally to Kesha. Mrs. Larson, that is the correct answer. That means our winner for today is Amy Winehouse.
what? Thank you.